welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about social situations or social awkwardness in my case. So yeah, may as well start where I am, eh? So at the moment it is 4:05 in the morning. I've just got to work. It's overtime today. It's Monday. I've got, what have I got? 2 round trips on the 5B on the first half, and then Hollinbury and back on the second half, finished by 5 to 12 midday, which is nice. So I'm currently in the TV room at work, and this is predominantly where most people see me. And in here, I'm quite loud. I'm possibly come across as a bit of an extrovert. I'll voice my opinions. I'll laugh, I'll joke, la-di-da-di-da. And I was talking to someone in here the other day that when I'm away from this environment, I'm completely different. Now I've been coming in this room for 20 years, over 20 years. So I'm comfortable here, and there's a term, masking, which is where you suppress all your traits, all your triggers, and you put on a front in order to fit in with the neurotypical world, as best you can anyway. And essentially that's what I'm doing here. I'm putting on a mask. I mean, it's still me, it's still my personality, but in here I'm comfortable. I know the people that come in here as well. But when it comes to conversations, I don't know if anyone in here notices, but I'll only really talk about my special interests, i.e. things I know about, things that I'm interested in. If I'm not interested in a particular topic, like fishing's a common topic in here, I've nothing to say on it. So yeah, talk about human behaviour or personality disorders, mental illnesses, paranormal, and things I'm interested in. And obviously the bus industry, because I work in the bus industry. Then I'll talk about those things. But anything outside, unless like someone brings up something that I'm like, oh, what's that? Yeah, I know nothing about it, and I don't really have much to say because of it. Yeah, I come across as a bit of a know-it-all, but I don't. I know about things that are interesting to me, but anything else, I haven't got a Scooby. But yeah. So yeah, in here I can be a bit lively. I don't have any filters. That's another part of it as well, and I'm very much aware of this. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to go a bit sciencey here. The way the human brain works for communication is your brain takes in information or data from all your senses, your touch, your smell, your taste, your eyes, your ears, it processes all of that information. So in a conversation, someone will say something to me, my conscious brain will take that data in, it'll go through to my unconscious brain, subconscious, where all your data is stored. Your subconscious brain will get all the relevant bits and bobs, right? Present that back to the conscious mind. The conscious mind will decide what's relevant and appropriate to say back. That's how it generally works with a neurotypical person. And obviously that's a very crude explanation, but that's essentially what happens. But with me, I take in all that information, goes through the conscious brain into the subconscious. The subconscious will get all the data and stuff like that. My subconscious will decide the information that's potentially relevant, except it doesn't pass it back through my conscious brain. So what comes out of my mouth, 99 times out of 100, I don't know it's coming. So as I'm talking to you now, I don't know, I can't think of the words to say. It's purely coming from my subconscious. Sometimes I'll crack a joke and I'll laugh along with everyone else because it's the first time I know about it. I don't know it's coming. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's very Marmite. It has caused me a lot of trouble in the past. And because that's just the way my brain's wired, I can't do anything about it. The amount of times I've had people say to me, think before you speak, and I just can't. I can't do that. It's impossible for me to do that. Well, I say impossible. What I can do, and it sort of semi-works, is if I know I've got to talk to someone, I can script it out in my head, just using my conscious mind. I can think, right, if I say this, they'll probably say that and this and that, and I can think the process through. So when I go and talk to that person, I'll say the initial thing that I want to say, but 9 times out of 10, they say something different to what I was expecting. And so now the script is no good, and I'm back into using the conscious brain, the unconscious brain. A lot of people say I don't have filters, and they use it as an excuse to be rude or what's the word? But with me, it's a case of I literally can't do it. Yeah. So with me, that it's not an excuse. It's just a case of that's how my brain's wired. Believe me, if I could think about it, then I would, but it would save me a lot of shit. Okay, that's the first round trip done in 5B. Just got back to Hollingbury, back and off, and the second half is Patcham and back, not Hollingbury and back. Some people seem to think that my lack of being able to think of what to say, or my lack of filters, is an advantage. It's really not. For instance, there's a really high possibility that I will spend my life single, because if I was to come across a young lady that I like, I say it how it is. I have no control over what I say, blatantly say I like you, and then the subconscious mind goes into one a little bit. Happened not too long ago, actually. It is what it is. I think partly because I'm not expecting it, and the best way to sort of describe it is, when someone panics and they ramble, it's basically that, and everything that's sitting in the subconscious just goes bleh, out. So, yeah, it definitely has its drawbacks. Going out places, I really struggle with that. For instance, there is a Christmas do coming up. I think it's the end of November. I've put that I'm interested to go. I'd love to be able to go to these sort of things. But will I actually go? I don't know. Most probably not, because I know I will really struggle. There'll be obviously a lot going on, which means my high risk of sensory overload. Conversation-wise, it's likely not to be anything to do with my interests, so I'll struggle there. There are so many things that I will struggle with, and I think people click onto this because I very rarely get invited out. I don't remember the last time I got invited anywhere, so it's not just awkward for me, it's obviously awkward for other people. Yeah, it's one of those. I'd love to be invited out to places and go out and stuff like that, but I generally don't. Well, not generally, 99% of the time I don't. So, yeah, it's an issue, it's a problem. I'll continue this in a little bit. I'll probably either when I get to Hollingbury or when I come off from a break. I do suffer from bystander syndrome as well. Not bystander syndrome, imposter syndrome. So, yeah, I might talk a little bit on that. First half done. So, on the relationship thing, it seems that there's a bit of a game that's played in the courting ritual, and I believe it's a game I don't have all the pieces to. To say that these things that I'm saying have an impact on my life, they most definitely do. Anyway, I'm going to go for my break now. Okay, so another thing, I'm extremely literal. So sarcasm I get to a degree. If I know you, I'll get it. If in the TV room, I'll get it. Away from here, people I don't know, not so much. But also that leads on to, I don't get hints. If you hint towards me or give a rhetorical question, I will answer that question as if it's an actual question. Hints, I just don't get. Don't understand them at all. I don't see them. I don't use them. So yeah, if you're hinting towards something to me, yeah, I'm not going to get it. So, which it's astonishing actually how many people have said, didn't you get the hint? No, I didn't actually, because I don't get them. Yeah, I think that's it for the social awkwardness, shall we say. it has caused me a lot of problems in the past. It causes me problems now. And no doubt it will continue to cause me problems. So, but it's just something I have to deal with. There's nothing I can do about it. Autism, neurodiverse, literally means that my brain is wired differently. It literally operates differently to a neurotypical person. So saying things like think before you speak, yeah, I'll try, but it's a literal impossibility and I can't change it. Okay, so I'm in Patcham. Another little thing that I have is body language. I don't naturally read body language, or I don't get the body language you're displaying. What that generally means is if I'm talking and what I'm saying is upsetting you, or you're getting bored or anything like that, I'm not going to pick up on that. Even after studying body language for 2 years, I can generally see if someone's stressed, if I'm looking for it. I can generally see if someone's been not so truthful. If other people are talking, it's a lot easier. But if I'm engaged in a conversation, particularly if it's something that I'm interested in, I don't see it at all. So that can be a bit annoying. Not so much for me, but for other people. But yeah, so on the social side of life, does it impact my life? Yes, it does. It impacts my life a great deal. And oddly, I never knew about it. I didn't know until 2018. But since looking into it, looking at how other people are, yes, I can tell that it really has a massive impact on my life. It really does. But anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you very much for watching. Please do hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what social issues you may have. And if you have any questions, I may very well do a video to address those questions. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.